or like that I was the root of all of our problems when it wasn't really.
All right. Did your parents kick you out of their home?
No, ma'am.
Why didn't you just go back to your parents' house?
Like I said, I should have listened and.
Well, no, not I should have. Why didn't you?
Right away. Notice the setup. The family is gearing up to paint him as the sweetest angel who ever lived. Classic defense strategy. But watch closely, because once the judge starts reading the facts, that whole narrative collapses fast.
Welcome back to Time Served, the channel's gonna so you don't have to. We have seen sentencing hearings where the family supports the defendant by saying, I'm not scared of him, and I'll have him at my house, and I was shocked when I heard what he had done. Then judge reads his rap sheet, and it's 9 miles long, and then we hear the charges and realize, of course, it's mama, papa, tia, tio, abuela. Of course they're gonna say that. And today's defendant is no different, as we hear puff pieces from each family member and their tears and the sobbing, and it falls flat once Judge Boyd, and we're so lucky to have someone like Judge Boyd on the bench that doesn't fall for any of those tears and just follows the law. Like and subscribe, set your notifications to all. Let's roll, nerds.
Have both parties had a chance to review the PSI report in each of these cause numbers?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Any objections to the PSI?
No, Judge.
None from the state.
None from the defense.
All right. Does anyone have any witnesses?
We do, Judge.
The state does not have anyone to say, it only has argument.
All right. Defense, you may call your witness.
Judge, we're going to start with Maria Trevino.
Good morning.
Good morning.
All right. Just make sure you keep your voice up. It's so that the court reporter will be able to hear and so that I'll be able to hear as well.
Yes, sir.
All right. Can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth? So help you God?
Yes, sir.
All right. You can lower your hand. State your name for the record.
Maria Trevino.
All right. Defense, you may proceed.
Thank you, Judge. Ms. Trevino, how do you know Troy?
Troy Trevino is my nephew.
And so how long have you known him?
Always.
Have you, and of course, you're aware why we're here today, correct?
Yes, sir.
And so you know the nature of the charges against him?
Yes, sir.
And it's certainly you know that 2 of them involve an aggravated assault with a deadly weapon.
Yes, sir.
Were you surprised when you heard that Troy had been arrested?
Yes, sir.
And why were you surprised?
Because that is not character of my nephew.
To your knowledge, had he ever been arrested before these incidents?
No, sir.
And you know that why we're here today, right?
Yes, sir.
So Judge Boyd is going to sentence him based on kind of the situation.
Quick legal note. Judges love to hear about support systems, rides, housing, stability. But here's the twist. It only matters if the defendant isn't a danger. So every I'm not scared of him from family is going to be tested against the actual violence in the case.
All the different charges today, correct?
Yes, sir.
And if he were to receive probation, which is obviously what you want,
Yes, sir.
would you be, knowing about how probation works, be able to support him and assist him with probation?
Yes, sir. 100%.
Are you afraid of him?
No, sir. Not at all.
Are you worried about having him in your home?
No, sir. Not at all.
Dave?
Yes, ma'am. Good morning, Mr. Review.
Good morning, sir.
Thank you for coming this morning. I have a few questions for you. You said that Troy is your nephew, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So, like you said, you've known him his whole life, right?
Yes.
Have you ever known of him to be violent?
No, sir.
Have you ever known of him to be violent towards women?
No, sir.
Did you know that he owns a gun?
No, sir.
So you never seen him with a gun before?
No.
You ever seen him in possession of any type of drugs?
No, sir.
Have you ever seen him under the influence of anything?
No, sir.
Okay. Have you ever seen him abuse alcohol before?
No, sir.
Ever appear drunk in front of you?
No.
How familiar are you with the facts of these cases that he's here for the court today?
In my heart, right? You're saying facts.
Well, let me ask you this way. Has anyone talked to you about what happened on these 2 days between Troy and the victim? Okay, so you kind of have a little bit of an idea of what happened. Are you aware that he threatened her life?
Yes, sir.
Are you aware that he threatened to kill her whole family?
No, that I didn't.
Okay. Are you aware that he used the gun on her?
No, sir.
Are you aware that he put that gun in her mouth and threatened to kill her?
And this is the moment everything shifts. The defense wants to show Troy as harmless, but the prosecution starts dropping brutal facts: gun in mouth, death threats, choking. When the family suddenly has no idea, it weakens their credibility big time.
No, sir.
Okay. Are you aware that he choked her?
Are you willing to assist him in meeting his responsibilities of probation?
Most definitely.
So for instance, if before he needed a ride someplace,
Yes, I would be willing to provide transportation.
if he needed a little bit of money, they have, different fees and services and things he would need to pay for.
I too would also be willing to assist with that.
Do you live near him?
I do.
Are you afraid of Troy?
No.
Now you're aware of the charges that he's pled for which he has pled guilty.
Yes.
And so you know they are very serious,
Yes.
and you know they involve violence.
Yes, I do.
But even knowing that, you're not worried about being around him or anything.
Not at all.
So do you know how it came about that he became in ownership of a gun?
No,
Okay, so you never knew he had a gun?
I did not.
Okay. Did you ever know of him to have a drug problem?
No.
Okay, so that surprises you that he does
Yeah.
use drugs
Very surprised.
and alcohol as well? Okay. Are you familiar at all with the facts of what happened?
Yes.
Okay. So you are aware that he put a gun in the victim's mouth?
I didn't have all the specific details, but I did know that he was put in jail. After speaking with my brother and my sister-in-law, they did briefly give me some of the information of what occurred, but I did not know about the.
Were you at least aware that he was in a relationship with her?
Yes.
Did you ever meet her before?
Yes.
Did you ever see them together?
Yes.
Did you ever see any signs that caused you any concern for you between the two of them?
My personal opinion.
Yes, please.
Yes, even at family functions, I mean, they got along well in front, and maybe just something from not having given I'm thinking of Thanksgiving, not giving the right beverage, where it was like, oh, I didn't want that, and maybe just kind of, she did not get upset to like where she made a huge tantrum, but she just easily got became bothered by the fact that, example, oh, I told you I wanted a big ride, but you gave me sweet tea, and I was like,
Right.
okay, because I love him so much, I'm like, this is just me speaking, but that's not very healthy for me.
Okay, so you saw issues of concern from her behavior.
Yeah,
Did you ever see any issues of concern from his behavior towards her?
no,
Did you ever talk to Troy about your concerns about their relationship between him and her?
just very little, like, hey, puppy, just, I don't like that she got upset. I know, Bia, I know. But is it all the time? No, Bia. I'm like, okay, well, maybe it's just something that I saw or at the moment type of thing. Maybe she had a bad morning, but
Can you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Joe Trevino.
All right, defense, you may proceed.
Good morning, Joe.
Good morning.
How do you know Troy?
He is my son.
And so obviously you've known him his whole life,
Yes.
kind of as part of his probation, right? Are you able to foster a home where he
Oh,
can be
yes.
successful?
Yes.
So you don't use drugs?
No, I don't.
The wife, obviously, she doesn't
No.
use drugs. Tell me the story like that.
Our son is 20.
So, do you feel like, he can be successful?
Oh, yeah. He has his whole life to live ahead.
Judge will pass away.
You may proceed.
Thank you. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Troy's your son, right?
Yes, sir.
You love your son, right?
Yes, of course.
You don't want to see him get in trouble,
No.
right?
I don't ever want to see any of my kids get in trouble.
Understood. Neither would any father,
Yeah.
right? How was Troy growing up? Did he get in trouble at all?
No, he didn't. He was all about sports.
Did you ever have to discipline him at any point in time when he was a child?
No.
Okay. Did you know that he owned a gun?
No, I did not.
Do you know how he got the gun?
No, I do not.
Okay. You are aware of these charges, correct?
Yes.
When people commit crime, do you think they should face proper punishment?
Yes.
So, regardless of prison or probation, you think Troy should face some type of acceptable punishment?
I think he's already been facing acceptable punishment.
Okay, so you don't think anything further should be done with this?
Probation.
Okay, that's what Your Honor.
Go for the questions.
Right. Defense, you may proceed.
Hi, Sammy.
Oh, thanks.
How do you know Troy?
He's my world and my son.
I'm sorry, I did.
He's my world and my son.
And so you know why we're here today, correct?
I do.
Prior to these incidents, had Troy ever been in trouble?
Also,
And what type of a student was
he was a good student. He was straight A for the most part. He was athletic. He played sports. He was never a trouble child or didn't measure. He was never.
he? And were you surprised when he got arrested? Prior to this incident, how long had he been involved with the
With Ileana, I would say maybe a year to 2 years. Did I approve? No,
Is she about the same age as him? With good money and all that.
very good. Benefits.
And so, and he's got certifications, so even if he did not go back there, he could go someplace else in short order and get a
Not
similar
from
type
the
job. Would he ever need trouble as a juvenile cases or anything?
or we didn't allow that opportunity. We set them in sports, very active.
Judge will pass things.
Any questions?
It's okay. Good morning, Mr. Vino. Thank you for coming this morning. And thank you for showing support for your son. You testified that you'd be comfortable with him returning to the home. Who lives in the home currently?
Mom, dad, sister, and brother.
Sister, brother. How old is his sister?
Sister is 16.
And how old is his brother?
Brother
I'm sorry, 7?
7.
7 years. Okay. You're aware of these charges, correct? And had you met the victim before?
Oh, yes.
She used to live with you? How long did she live with you guys?
Excuse me, just a second off the record. You're in the Gap shirt. What did the deputy say about talking to inmates? Are you on the docket? Are you on the docket today?
He's on the docket, Judge. He came in late.
Who are you talking to? All right, so everyone, you can't talk across the courtroom. You can't talk across the gallery. That's an issue. It has to do with safety with the deputies. Does everyone understand? All right, sorry about that. We're back on the record. You may continue.
Thank you. And you said that she lived with you for a year?
Yes.
How was she in your home?
When Ileana first came into our home, I lived at her home. Things shifted. When attitudes started to come about and, simple things became irrelevant. I didn't like the disagreements, so I asked her to leave because between my husband and I, we don't make our issues known to our children. It's done private, not So I asked her, if you cannot get along here, then you cannot leave her. And she had her own place and asked her to go out because I don't condone that.
Okay. Where did she stay in your home? Did she stay in his room? Okay, so they stayed in the room together? Okay. Did you ever hear of any commotion going on in the room when the two of them were there?
Bickering. More so bickering and louder. That's when mom and dad were because again, we don't condone that. And that's not, you're not contributing to our house, you're not paying a bill, you don't have to pay in that house. And you don't see how you know in the house.
Understood. How often would you see Troy and Ileana bicker?
Not quite often, but if we did, it was we made it to a point to share meat.
Did you aware that he was abusing alcohol?
No.
That's Mr. Wong.
No further questions.
All right, any objections to the court asking a few questions?
None from the state.
None.
All right, so how old was your son when you allowed his girlfriend to move in?
She came in shortly after high school, so he was 18, going on 19. He's now 20.
This is why Judge Boyd is respected. She cuts straight through the excuses. The question she's really asking is, if you allowed all of this chaos under your roof, how can I trust you to supervise him on probation? And that's a powerful point.
And how old was she?
She's about the same age.
All right, so here's my question for you. Why would you allow an 18-year-old to come live in your house with your son?
So my answer to that is, Ileana has always given me the story that her parents have never been there for her. So being that she liked our environment, that we were very family oriented, she felt comfortable at our.
But you're letting them stay in a room together?
Okay.
So you know what goes on with them staying in a room together? So you allowed that in your house with your children there? Now, my other question is, are you aware that he had 2 cases against him where she's the complainant, January 24th, 2025? Are you aware that on that date, he was charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon?
Yep.
Were you aware about the impeding the breath, basically strangulation on that same date?
No, ma'am.
All right. So I'm assuming he was arrested on those days.
Yes, and not at my home. It was at her.
Okay. So he's arrested at her house.
On those days,
Yes.
no, the only arrest that I know that he was placed on was in March.
All right. So you're not aware that he was ever arrested for the January 24th, 2025. So when he gets arrested on March 14th, 2025 for the continuous violence, is that when you allow him back in your home?
I will allow him in my home anytime.
No. My question is,
He didn't come home.
He didn't come home.
No, that day that incident happened, he was at Ileana's house.
all right. And did you ever talk to him about what happened?
No,
All right. So where do you think, because I'm listening to your testimony, to your husband's testimony, and to the other person's testimony, where did he learn that in order to solve issues, you become violent with your partner?
I don't know, to be honest. And I would love to know that as a parent, as a mother, or someone who doesn't condone that behavior, I don't know. So those are all questions I still have for my child when he comes in.
All right. Thank you so much. All right. You want to raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. You can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Troy Xavier Trevino.
All right. You may proceed.
Thank you. Troy, how long have you been in jail?
I've been incarcerated approximately 7 months.
So that would be since March.
Yes, sir.
Prior to going to jail, how were you employed?
I was working for American Abatement Demolition. I was a crew lead. I basically ran my own crew while the foreman and the supervisor went over blueprints. I actually got to get hands-on with the blueprints and safety action plans. Basically going over like how a job site's going to get completed. Basically like discussing how many men do we think we'll need to complete that job. What proper tools we'll need, what proper safety gear will be needed. Basically everything that'll be needed for the job, and just make sure the job gets executed within that time frame.
I'm holding here a big stack of cards. Do you recognize these?
Yes, sir. Those are all my work certifications.
And there's approximately 18 cards, is that right?
Yes, sir.
And those are all, I would say, advanced certifications that you, classes and things like that you completed at your job?
Aerial lift, confined space, asbestos, lead.
Here's a psychology trick defendants use, highlighting jobs, training, certifications. Anything that makes them look responsible. It works, only if it outweighs the danger. But can work cards cancel out violent charges involving a gun? That's the real tension here.
Handling, heavy machinery, aerial basically.
Now, and approximately how much money did you make working for these guys?
So I was making about 21 to 22 an hour.
And there was overtime as well?
Yes, sir. When the jobs required overtime, it was over.
Now, since you've been in jail, so for the past 7 months, have you taken any classes in the jail?
Yes, sir. I have. I've completed a Parenting Plus class. I'm currently enrolled in a faith-based 12-step recovery class through Chrysalis Ministry Group. We're currently on step 4. I just went this past Wednesday. They also offer an outpatient program through their ministry group. So if I were to get released, I'd pick up right where I left off in the jail.
And you've also taken some of the,
I took a BIP.
let me ask you, you've also taken some of the BIP class, right?
Yes, sir, which is the Battery Intervention Prevention Program class. I've completed 10 hours of that.
So you received a certificate, correct?
Yes, sir.
Now, as far as this Chrysalis program, is that one that they do provide outside of the Bear County Jail?
Yes, sir. They offer trade school classes. They help you get back into the workforce. They offer anger management, therapy, and my main one is a 12-step recovery.
And so is it fair to say that you are an addict?
Yes, sir.
And
Which I've acknowledged that, and I've made the initiative on my own while I was incarcerated to address all my personal issues and get myself back on track so I can show that I'm a successful member of society and that it was a mistake. That I've learned my lesson and that I feel I deserve a second chance to get back out there in the world and prove that I've learned that it was a mistake and that I can be a productive, safe member of society.
Now, you know the reason we're here today, correct?
Yes, sir.
And you know, obviously, we're going to be asking the judge to place you on probation. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Now, as part of that probation, you and I have reviewed the PSI. One of the recommendation is not the correct word, but the statement from probation is that if you're placed on probation, they would ask that the judge send you to SATF. Are you aware of what SATF is?
Yes, sir.
So it's inpatient treatment, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, because you have come so far while you have been in jail, what we're going to be asking the judge to do is to place you on what they call IOP, which is intensive outpatient treatment. You're aware of that?
Yes, sir.
Based on the classes that you've taken and the time that you've had to reflect on this, do you feel that you would be successful with intensive outpatient treatment?
100%, sir.
And also, as part of probation, we have also talked about this, you are not going to have any contact with this lady anymore
That is very fair, and I'm 100% okay with that, sir.
for the rest of your life.
Okay, that's fine.
You don't have any children with her,
No, sir.
so there's no reason for you to have anything to do with her.
Yes, sir.
Now, you're familiar with your charges, obviously, right?
Yes, sir.
And the most serious of those is an aggravated assault with a deadly weapon.
Yes, sir.
Did you commit that crime?
Yes, sir.
Where did you get the gun?
Unauthorized use.
Somebody from the neighborhood?
Yes. Yes, sir. Something like that.
And at the time that you had that gun, were you using drugs?
I was, yes, sir, occasionally.
And drinking?
Occasionally, but it wasn't an everyday thing. Yes, sir.
When did your drug addiction, alcohol addiction, when did it get really bad?
It's not that it got bad. It's just that buttons were pushed that made it seem like it was bad when it really wasn't.
I'm sorry, could you repeat that? I didn't hear.
It's not that, I guess you could say no matter any chemical abuse, any alcohol, abuse of alcohol is considered an addiction. So yes, you could say it was an addiction, but it's not that it was a bad addiction. Because even though all drug addictions are bad addictions, it's just that buttons were pushed, certain areas like manipulation and all that were pushed to cause reaction.
This is where he almost sinks himself. In court, blaming the victim, even subtly, even emotionally, is a huge red flag. Judges want full accountability, not she pushed my buttons. This moment may be the nail in the coffin for probation.
That made it seem like they were bad outbreaks.
Now,
I'm so sorry to interrupt. When you say buttons were pushed, what do you mean?
Like verbal manipulation, like basically like being told that I wasn't good enough or that, like basically like just a bunch of stuff like to get me down in my head or.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
now, would you say that in your relationship with Eliana, that you could have done, needless to say, you could have done things a lot different?
Yes, sir. I could have just walked away the first time we got into an argument, but I didn't. And the past 7 months that I've been incarcerated, I've had a lot of time to reflect that God gave me many chances to leave and walk out that door. And many people told me, even my mom and my dad told me, like, hey, this is where I was gonna end up if I stayed in the relationship. And I still didn't listen. I decided to stay, and look where it got me. I spent 7 months in Barry County Jail.
And you know that no matter what she did, this is your responsibility.
Yes, correct. And I take full responsibility. I understand that, and I take full responsibility.
And so no matter what buttons were pressed or anything like that, none of that justifies any other problem.
Okay.
That's the way.
Morning, Mr. Trevino.
Morning, sir.
You testify that you got the gun illegally,
Yes, sir.
and who did you get that gun from?
Somebody from the neighborhood.
Someone from the neighborhood. Okay. You paid cash for it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What would you say your drug of choice is?
My drug of choice was marijuana,
Marijuana?
but it wasn't really a drug of choice. It just helped with like the backache, helped me go to sleep because I'm working long hours, up first thing in the morning.
Okay. You used other drugs too, didn't you?
Cocaine,
Okay. All right.
but that was once in a while. It wasn't a daily thing or nothing like that.
Okay. So you use marijuana more than cocaine?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'd like to talk to you about this incident from January 24, 2025. So at that time, you were in a relationship with Eliana Contreras, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. How long had you guys been dating up to that point in time?
We had been together over a year. We've been together since May 17th of 2023. A little bit
Okay,
before then.
so almost 2 years.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Almost 2 years.
Almost 2 years, and you guys were living together, right?
Yes, sir. I was
Um,
back and forth between her place and my parents' place.
Okay. Which address is hers? Is hers 225 East Sherrill Drive?
Yes, sir.
All right. Jesus. All right, so you were at her place on that day, right?
Yes, sir.
And probably wasn't a perfect relationship between you and Eliana, right?
No, sir.
You guys had your ups and downs, right?
Sure.
In fact, this day you guys got into an argument, right?
Yes, sir.
And she had broken up with you?
It was the other way around.
You had broken up with her?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that made you angry though, right?
Not really. It's just the fact that I tried to leave and she didn't really let me leave.
She didn't let you leave. Okay, so she never ran and locked herself into the bathroom on
She
that day?
did, but she had my truck keys.
Okay, so she did and she took your truck keys.
Yeah, she
Okay,
had the phone and the keys.
all right. You ever made threats to kill her?
Maybe. I do not remember correctly.
Okay, so when she was in the bathroom, you do not remember saying, "Open the fucking door now or I'm going to start shooting"?
No.
You don't remember saying that?
No, sir. Like I said.
All
I
right.
might have. I'm not going to say I didn't, but
Okay, all right. Do you also remember putting a knife under the door, right?
no, sir.
You never did that.
I don't remember.
Okay.
I'm not saying I didn't do it, but I'm saying I don't remember.
You don't remember, so you might have done it.
Yes, sir.
All right. And you slid the gun under the door the whole time, right, while she's in there?
How can I say this? How is a 3-inch barrel 30 point going to fit under a 1-inch crack?
Well, I mean, you told me that it says here that's what you did.
I didn't do that.
You didn't do that.
No, sir.
In fact, you broke into the bathroom, right?
I hit the door and the top half broke. But after that, I left it at that.
You looked at that. So you didn't pull her out of the bathroom?
No.
You never threw her on the bed?
No.
Okay. You never covered her mouth while she was on the bed?
No, sir.
Okay. And that was at that point you tried to leave, right?
Sir,
And you made any threats with her when you were leaving?
I might have. Yes, sir.
So you might have said you better watch your back because I'm coming back to kill you?
Okay, no, I didn't say that.
You didn't say that. All right. So you left and you came back later on, right?
I believe so.
And the house was locked, right? You couldn't get in?
No,
You can get in. Okay. And you tried to break in through the bathroom window, right?
no, sir.
You didn't try to do that. Okay.
No.
But you did get into the home, didn't you?
She eventually let me in and we talked.
She let you in. She didn't force you in?
No.
All right. And you pushed her on the bed, right? Because you guys got into another argument a second time?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you pushed her on the bed and you began to put your hands around her neck, right?
I do not remember.
You don't remember. Okay. And you don't remember her coughing to the point where she felt like she was choking?
No, sir.
Okay, you don't remember that either, okay? And at that point is when you left the second time, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. I want to talk to you next about the incident that occurred 2 months later.
Well, the day I got arrested.
The day you got arrested in March, yes. I want to talk to you about that. That also was at her place, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. And you guys got into another argument that day, right?
Yes, sir. In the morning.
In the morning.
She went through my phone and she
Yes.
found some stuff she didn't like.
Yes, exactly. She found that you were texting other girls, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. And that made you upset, right?
That she went through my phone because my phone was dead. So she went out of her way
Mhm.
to charge it. And at that, my phone has a Face ID. So she went out of her way to charge it
Mhm.
while I'm asleep and get my Face ID and go through my phone
To go
without
through your
permission.
phone. Right, exactly. She didn't have your permission,
No, sir.
so that upset you.
Yes,
That
sir.
You went through your phone without your permission. Okay. So you got into an argument about that. And
Yes, sir.
it was at this point that you got angry and you started to assault her again, right?
I moved her out the way and I packed my stuff and I left.
You moved her out the way, so
I
you
packed my
shoved her?
Yes.
You
Yes,
pinned
sir.
her down on the ground?
I didn't pin it on the ground, but I shoved it out of my way so I can grab my stuff. I loaded it into my truck and I left.
Okay.
But did she put in the statement where
Hold
she
on.
was calling me from?
Hold on. I'm asking you questions here. Just hang on a second, all right?
Yes, sir.
All right. So when you're packing up your things, that includes your gun, right?
No, sir. I didn't have a firearm on me.
You didn't have a firearm on you.
And they didn't
How would you carry your gun when you did have it on you?
It stayed in the truck.
Stay in the truck, so you never had it on your person?
No, sir.
Ever?
No, sir.
So at no point in time you pinned her on the bed again?
No, sir.
At no point in time you put your hands over her mouth?
No, sir.
You never told her you were going to kill her?
No, sir.
You never put that gun in her mouth, right?
Sir.
Okay. You never pointed it at her head?
No, sir.
And you never threatened her several times, not only you're going to kill her, you're going to kill her family.
No, sir.
You never said anything like
No,
that?
sir. I got along actually really well with her family, especially her little sister.
I'm glad. I'm glad you did. You ever hit her with that gun?
No, sir, I haven't.
Never.
Never.
All right. You ever showed Eliana the gun?
She had seen it, yes.
She'd seen it
She knew it was in the truck.
in the truck. You ever brought it in the home?
No, sir.
All right. So she only saw it in the truck?
Yes, sir. It stayed in the truck.
Stayed in the truck the whole time. All right. So that was the first time, right? Then you got into an argument the next day, right?
When the day I got arrested?
Correct.
I
That
got-
morning?
That morning,
You got into an argument?
we only got in an argument that morning.
Yeah. Okay. So there was never multiple arguments?
That day,
Just-
no, it was just that morning.
Just that morning, just the one. All right. And that was again because she went through your phone a second time, right?
No, that was when she went through my phone.
Went through your phone the first time. Okay. So there was never multiple times that she went through your phone?
No.
Okay.
Maybe the other time that we argued, maybe those first ones, but that one, the day I got arrested was just that morning.
Just that morning. Okay. And that made you angry, right? Again.
Sir, like I said, I packed my stuff into my
Packed
truck.
your stuff and you tried to leave. Okay.
And that's when she contacted me through, I blocked her number because that's when we agreed we were done. And that's when she was contacting me through fake numbers and all that.
So she was reaching out to you.
Yes.
Okay. So you never put her on the bed and choked her a second time?
No, sir.
You never hit her in the face with the gun?
No, sir.
Never put your forearm into her neck?
No, sir.
You never tried to choke her by doing that?
No, sir.
You never told her my face is going to be the last face you're going to see?
No, sir.
Okay. And again, the second time around, you never threatened to kill her and her family, right?
No, sir. Like I said, I got along real well with her family.
I'm glad you did. I am glad. Okay. I'll pass the witness, Your Honor.
No further questions.
I have a couple of questions. Any objection?
None from the state.
None, Judge.
Why did you do this?
I was, my buttons were pushing. I guess I just reacted. I honestly, I didn't know I could react. I ever could react that way. I've never.
All right, so your buttons were pushed on January 24th, 2025?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, what buttons were pushed?
Basically verbal abuse, manipulation, and
And when you say manipulation, what do you mean by that?
basically like making it seem like I was the reason when we were arguing when it wasn't me. Or like that I was the root of all of our problems when it wasn't really.
All right, did your parents kick you out of their home?
No, ma'am.
Why didn't you just go back to your parents' house?
Like I said, I should have listened and
Well, no, not I should have. Why didn't you?
guess she did. Said because I loved her and I thought we could work it out. As many times we've discussed it, we tried, and like I said, in the 7 months I've been here, I've seen that they were right. Everyone was right, even my boss.
I mean, don't everybody always see that people were right once they're at the jail? So why did you go back on March 14th?
We were on good terms then, and that's when she had went through my phone, and that's when she had seen messages with another girl.
So why didn't you just leave?
I did leave, and that's when she contacted me through.
Well, no, because there's a continuous violence here. So you have an assault, choking. They say impeding breath, but it's choking. Then you have an aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. That's with a weapon. So all that happened on January 24th, 2025. And then you go back on March 14th, 2025, and that's where the continuous violence comes in.
Yes, because I admit I shoved her out of the way when I left. I loaded everything in my truck and I left, loaded all my stuff. Then when I was about maybe 5-10 minutes away, she was still blowing up my phone through private numbers. I kept blocking them because, like I said, I had a number blocked. And so I ended up going back because she was there telling me to come back. So me being dumb, I went back. And once I pulled into the property, SAPD was right there.
All right. Any other questions?
No, Judge.
All right, thank you. This is what I'm going to tell you. I listened to all the evidence that's presented. And usually when you have family members to come testify, they always wonder, maybe I should have said this. Did I say something wrong? Did I not do this? But they didn't say anything wrong. They gave me great insight into you. I realized that your mom and your dad loved you, your aunt loves you, your first cousin loves you. And I know that sometimes people make bad decisions. Sometimes people make mistakes. There's a difference between bad decisions and making a mistake. So with you, I understand that you're young, but you're not appropriate for probation. You have the aggravated assault on January 24th, 2025, along with the choking on January 24th, 2025. And then you go back. And when you go back, you commit another felony. So you're standing before me, and I realize you're young, but you're standing before me having committed 3 felonies, and every last one of them are violent felonies. So there are consequences for that. So, and cause number 2020-25 CR 007063, to count 3, the court is finding you guilty. The court is going to sentence you to 8 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. This will run concurrent with 2025 CR 00700, 2025 CR 007003. The state is taking in consideration 2025 CR 006031. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. There's to be no contact with the complainant, and the court will recommend the therapeutic community. The therapeutic community doesn't increase the time that you're in custody, but it's to help you with any drug, alcohol, or anger issues. And cause number 2025 CR 007003. The court is finding you guilty. The court will sentence you to 8 years in the prison. There's a $1,500 fine. The court will give you credit for any time served. This will run concurrent with 2025 CR 007000, 2025 CR 007063, taking consideration 2025 CR 006031. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. There's to be no contact with the complainant, therapeutic community, and there's an affirmative finding of deadly weapon. And cause number 2025 CR 007000, there's a $1,500 fine. You'll need to speak to your attorney. We can go off the record. Here's the thing. You're young. I know that prison is a rough place to be, but you're going to have to make some changes. You're going to have to figure out why you get angry, and you're going to have to solve that. Otherwise, what's going to end up happening is you're going to keep coming back and forth to somebody's jail and somebody's prison. And when you go to prison, do not become institutionalized. Go there. You can get your education for free. You can get a trade for free. You can do all of that for free. So make good use of your time. All right?